Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is a daily show called War Voice. Yes, we use our voices to fight the number one enemy around the world. That is the mainstream media. That is, I want you to take action and subscribe right now. Let's grow bigger. Let's just grow a louder voice. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, on this channel we talk about politics. We are no experts. I just want to make it clear. We are no experts, but we are people that want to know what's happening in our world and what's happening tomorrow so that we are prepared and we are searching for truth. We don't believe what's on TV essentially. But there's a lot of stuff happening in the news. Let's quickly go to the computer and check it out. Whoa! Texas shooting, Robb Elementary School to be demolished, Uvalde mayor said. Now, that's a very smart move. He want to demolish the school because he says kids and teachers don't want to go back to that hellhole where that young, weird guy, the gunman, killed 19 students and 2 teachers. That is insane. So he didn't give a time yet when they're going to demolish the school, but they decided they're going to do it, which is a smart move. Again, last time I'm saying this. There was hearings, and apparently the police officers and the police chief will be held accountable. It took them over an hour, before they went in to go save or stop the gunman from killing more people. They didn't even do it. But anyway, you get my point. So they are being held accountable for this. They had body armor, they had guns, they had training. These kids had nothing. They were defenseless. They were scared, and it took them over an hour to save their kids. Now they want to take the Second Amendment away in America. Listen, I don't love guns, but let's tell the truth. How will you take guns away from Americans when police can't even save their kids? Not even to talk about them, adults, you know. They can't even save kids in that country. So it doesn't make sense that they want to take the guns away from the Americans at this stage. Anyway, look at this. This is crazy. President Joe Biden assures that there's gonna be another pandemic. This is absolutely nuts. President Biden predicts there's gonna be a second one. Listen, watch.
COVID funding going into the fall. How much of the supply of vaccines for these small children is there, and how many of the nation's kids will you be able to get vaccinated before you need more money from Congress?
Well, we'll get through at least this year. We do need more money, but we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic. We have to think ahead. And that's not something the last outfit did very well.
Did you guys hear that camera shot? There's gonna be a second pandemic. How the hell do you know, Joe Biden? How the actual hell do you know there's gonna be a second pandemic? Let me tell you what's going on here. I stand loud and proud. I believe the pandemic never started in China. It was started in America. It was planted in China to create this global economy collapse because the West is busy losing. Ladies and gentlemen, they can't stand China's peaceful rise. They had to do something. They started the virus here in China. That's my belief. Now, he is asking for more money because there will be a second pandemic, Joe Biden says. Obviously, that was the speech where they want to vax the kids under 6 years old. They want to be the first country to do so. For me, that's a red flag. Why do you want to do that, Joe? Why do you want to vax these kids? But anyway, Joe Biden is predicting a second pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, call me a conspiracy theorist, all you want. I don't care. Something is off here, and I do believe the virus did not start in China. This guy knows about a second one coming. Anyway, the story I want to get out to you today is, check this out. China swoops on cheap Russian oil as Western supplies dry up. China swoops on cheap Russian oil as Western supplies dry up. China's swooping. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, they are not swooping up the cheap Russian oil. They are doing business with Russia. They are part of the friendly countries. Listen, when the whole special operation of Russia started in Ukraine, China said, we're staying out of this. This is not our fight. That was the smart move. They are part of the friendly countries that are getting cheap oil now. They are getting the commodities the West craves and Europe craves to have. China is buying up tons and tons and tons. And you see what is happening? India is starting to buy oil now. China, India, Russia, these countries are starting to gather. All these countries that's always been stamped on and said they are second-hand countries, bad countries. These countries are deciding we had enough. But anyway, this is a big deal, my friends. Check it out. So China crude imports from Russia jumped 2 million barrels per day after Beijing ramped up its purchases at steep discount. Yes, This is what you call business. If you have great leaders, this is the type of deals they're going to make for your country. China's getting great deals at this moment. These guys will have so many oil. There will be too many oil in this country. They can actually start export these oils. You know what I mean? Or oil, rather. They will sit with the commodities. These countries, the West is keeping on bashing and trashing and smearing in the media and stamping on. These are the countries that's standing together right now, and they are building up their commodities. They are starting to become more important to the world than what you might think out there watching from the West, ladies and gentlemen. Hear me out. Anyway, so this is a piece of crap article. This is more like it. Check this out. Russia becomes China's main source of oil, overtakes Saudi Arabia. Yes, China bought more oil from Russia than Saudi Arabia in May. I think they bought 8 point something. Let's go check it out. I read the article. Yes, here we go. They imported 7.82 million tons from Saudi Arabia in May and 8.42 million tons of Russian oil last month, ladies and gentlemen. Russia became China's biggest oil supplier. China is smiling. Russia is smiling. India is smiling. All these countries, these Asian countries, so by the way, Putin said he want to start export to more Asian countries. All these countries that's been smeared and stamped on and just been, treated very badly from the West are standing together now, and they are becoming the strong countries. If you have commodities, you will be the strongest country. They don't care about McDonald's and Nikes and all that kind of crap that is so important to the Western people. These countries care about energy. They care about serious commodities, food. They want to have their supply chain operating very smoothly. So, by the way, Russia and China is now building a road, connecting one another. There's big goals coming. It's actually under the goals. There's no limit. They are doing fantastically well, these countries, ladies and gentlemen. They sit with these commodities, and if somebody tells you that Ukraine is winning the war, they are lying to you. You've been fooled. They are losing the war. Russia is annihilating the Ukrainian troops. You see, the Western world can't admit this to their people, because if they do, their people will become angry. There will be crazy riots and outrage because they sent so many money to Ukraine to fight this war and win against the mighty Russians, or the evil Russians rather. They are mighty Russians. They want to fight against the evil Russians, and Russia is annihilating the Ukraine, getting their special operation done. Now, at the end of the day, Ukraine is a failed state. I am scared that the West is going to plant a false flag in Russia. And you remember what Putin said. He said, if the West interferes in this war, the world will see something that they've never seen before. Now we sit in China, me sitting in China, China, Russia, India, all these Asian countries sit with energy and all the important stuff. Food, money that's worth, something. And the Western world is collapsing. Europe is collapsing. So I don't hope they reach their goal. That's the West I'm talking about, of getting into a hot war getting the US into a hot war with Russia. The main thing here is, ladies and gentlemen, these countries, the Kremlin said that the pair had agreed to ramp up economic cooperation in the face of unlawful Western sanctions. These countries are also standing together because they are tired of the US dominating the world in terms of who can buy what from, who can do business with who. They don't want this unstableness and absolute nonsense from the West and America and this, the leader of the world anymore. They don't want this. They want to go on with their daily lives. They want to become stronger, and they are doing just that. They sit with the commodities again. They do business with one another. These guys are superpowers. It's the end of the West, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving past the West now. Past Western times, rather. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. Russia becomes China's main source of oil. Overtakes Saudi Arabia. Great job. Great business. I think it's fantastic. Thank you for watching. Please take action, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.